I stared at my phone for nearly a full minute, convinced I had read the message wrong. My own daughter, the little girl I raised alone after her mother passed away, had just sent me 8 words that shattered something inside me forever. Dad, you're banned from our Italian vacation. Darian says family only. Family only. I could actually feel my chest tighten. What made it worse, 3 months earlier, I had transferred $95,000 to help them buy their dream home. No loans, no conditions, just love. And now suddenly, I wasn't family anymore. But what they didn't know, that house, it still legally belonged to me, and within 24 hours, I made one decision that turned their entire world upside down. My name is Robert. I'm 62 years old, retired, and for most of my life, my daughter Emily was the center of my entire universe. I raised her mostly by myself. Her mother died when Emily was only 7 years old. From that moment, I became father, mother, teacher, protector, everything. I skipped promotions at work so I could be home more. I worked overtime every holiday season just to make sure she never felt deprived. Every school trip, every birthday, every dream she had, I made happen, and I never regretted a second of it. When Emily met Darian 3 years ago, I was genuinely happy for her. At first, he seemed respectful, polite, charming, the kind of man every father hopes their daughter ends up with, or so I thought. Little things started changing. Emily stopped calling as often. Family dinners slowly disappeared. Every conversation somehow revolved around Darian's opinions. I noticed it, but I stayed quiet, because parents sometimes have to let go. Then last year, they announced they wanted to buy their first house. They were excited, young, ambitious, but financially struggling. They were short nearly $100,000 for the down payment. I didn't hesitate. I sold part of my retirement investments, transferred $95,000, and told Emily, "Sweetheart, consider this my gift to help you build your future." She cried. She hugged me for almost 5 straight minutes. She told me I was the best father in the world. I believed her. Weeks passed. The house deal finalized. But something strange happened. I noticed paperwork had become oddly secretive. Whenever I asked simple questions, Darian changed the subject. Again, I ignored the feeling. Then everything exploded. 3 weeks ago, Emily told me they were planning a dream vacation to Italy. 10 days, Rome, Venice, Florence. I smiled and jokingly said, "Maybe your old man should come too. I've always wanted to see Italy." She laughed nervously, then said she'd talk to Darian. Hours later, my phone buzzed, and there it was, the message that changed everything. "Dad, you're banned from our Italian vacation. Darian says family only." I reread it over and over. Family only. Not invited. Not welcome. Not family. After sacrificing everything, after paying nearly $100,000 to build their future, I sat in silence for nearly 2 hours. No anger, no tears, just clarity. Then I remembered something very important. Because their mortgage approval was weak, I had purchased the property under my name temporarily to secure financing. The agreement was simple. Once they stabilized financially, we would transfer ownership later. That transfer had never happened. Legally, I owned the entire house. I called my attorney immediately. The next morning, I canceled every remaining payment connected to the property. Insurance, utilities, tax installment plan, everything. Then I contacted a realtor and listed the house for sale. I said nothing to Emily. 48 hours later, my phone exploded. 23 missed calls, 11 voice messages, Darian screaming, Emily crying. I finally answered, "Dad, what are you doing?" I stayed calm. "I'm making decisions for family only." Silence, then panic. Emily started sobbing. She said it was all Darian's idea. She said she never meant what she texted. She begged me to stop the sale. Then Darian grabbed the phone, and everything finally made sense. He exploded, called me controlling, manipulative, said I was ruining their future. I simply asked one question. If I'm not family enough for a vacation, why should I finance your life? Silence again. The house sold within 12 days, above asking price. I walked away peacefully. I expected anger, maybe hatred, but what happened next shocked me. 3 weeks later, Emily appeared at my front door, alone, eyes swollen, suitcase in hand. She had left Darian. Turns out, this wasn't the first time he manipulated her. He had isolated her from friends too, controlled finances, made every decision. The Italy trip was never about family. It was about control. And for the first time, she saw it clearly. She sat in my kitchen crying harder than I had ever seen, and then said words I'll never forget. "Dad, I traded the one person who always loved me for someone who only loved controlling me." I hugged her. not because everything was fixed, but because she had finally opened her eyes. Some betrayals don't destroy families. They reveal who truly belongs in them. And sometimes, the hardest lesson children learn is understanding who actually stood beside them all along. People think betrayal only hurts when strangers do it, but nothing cuts deeper than being discarded by the very people you sacrificed everything for. I lost $95,000. I lost trust. I lost peace. But in the end, I gained something more valuable. My daughter finally saw the truth. And sometimes, the greatest act of love is teaching people that respect is never optional, even when they share your blood.